Hi Scorpio, and welcome to your weekly tarot reading. So this will take you, I think it's the 10th to the 17th. Lost track a bit, Scorpio, sorry. So I'm going to pull you an additional guidance card before I shuffle the rest of the deck. You got the New Life card. Someone else got that, Pisces actually. So very much in the water trinity. So New Life, it's this beautiful energy. I almost think it's like, springtime, when through the winter comes this beautiful spring of new life. One of my favourite cards. And when I get it, Scorpio, I'm guaranteed to have a good week. Yeah, because you feel like the sun shining. You feel like you're, that it's good to be alive. So absolutely love this card for you. So I'm really hoping that the weekly cards and whoever's watching this gets all the blessings that they desire. So I'm going to pull 6 cards and I'll clarify if I need to. So far, everyone's readings have been complex. So I think I'm a little bit because of it, but let's see what's going on for the lovely sign of Scorpio. 6 cards, please. Knight of Swords behind you. 9 of Swords as the gift. That's an interesting gift. The challenge is the 7 of Swords. Already so much mind going on. Okay. When we're in too much mind, we're not in the present moment. We're either in the past or the future. And the image that we project of the future is literally based on our worst fear, Scorpio. We're going to have to deal with this as the gift. 3 of Wands in your relationships. Queen of Cups, beautiful. Two of Wands and the Justice card. So something's about to manifest. That's what the Justice card represents. It represents all the hard work that you've put into something beginning to bear fruit, because the Justice card is literally harvest time. Okay, so I'm hoping how this is manifesting, I will clarify. What's the Justice card about, please? Well, Ace of Swords. Some truth, some clarity, some clear vision coming through, which is absolutely amazing, because I never like someone in the 9 of Swords, because what we're doing is projecting into the world all our worst fears, and I really don't want that to be happening to you. It's basically a state of fight or flight. Okay, so tell me more about this gift, please. Why is the 9 of Swords the gift for Scorpio? Yeah, almost the two opposite cards. The Knight of Wands is like the energy of a new life. It's enthusiasm and moving towards goals, okay? Goals, whatever you want to call them, okay? What prevents us moving towards goals is the 9 of Swords. Okay, because the 9 of Swords whispers in our head, and it goes round and round all these terrible thinking about the worst case scenario if we move forward into the world to manifest our vision, to get the life that we want. These 2 cards actually are part of a process of change, Scorpio. So every time we go forward to manifest new desires, to push our energy forward, we automatically meet fear. And we need to build a dialogue with both these parts of us. I think this is why it's the gift, because maybe I'm sharing this knowledge with you. Because 9 of Swords is about keeping safe. So it says, don't take risks, keep safe. If you take risks, it's all going to fail. It's all going to go wrong. You're going to lose everything. I really don't want you manifesting, putting this story into the world, okay? Which means the Knight of Wands is about moving forward without fear, okay? Very hard to do, but what you can do is build a relationship with the two of them. So very much like, I've got a vision for my life. I definitely feel an awful lot of anxiety that me creating my vision is going to end up with me being, you know, desolate, distraught. But I'm going to move forward anyhow. And I'm going to manage my fears in the process. The Knight of Swords behind you looks like you've been breaking through and charging forward anyhow. You've got to keep going forward despite your fear, Scorpio. Okay? Challenge, Seven of Swords. So very much too much thinking here. Why is the Seven of Swords a challenge, please? Yeah, so fear that you won't be able to create the life you want, you won't be a success, you won't get the 4 aces, basically. This is totally a reading about why people do not take risks and go forward and break through. It's always the mind that tells us to keep our life safe. And I'm not saying safety is a bad thing, please, not in a million years. It's building a relationship, so taking risks, but not at the expense of our physical health. I'm not talking about, you know, ridiculous risks. I don't think a Scorpio would take ridiculous risks anyhow, because the risks that you take as a Scorpio, because I'm a fixed sign as well, and the fixed signs really make changes, but they're very realistic as well. The challenge is, I do not want you putting these swords out into your future. I really, really don't, okay? Which means there's going to have to be a way of managing this fear and this repetitive thinking based on anxiety that's going on here. Can I just carry on? And I'm going to find how you manage it. Already the image is that you manage it by going forward regardless of your fear. What is that old book? Feel the fear and do it anyhow. But I'm going to clarify this for you. Relationships, you've got the 3 of Wands. Okay, so some of you are waiting on something. Okay, some of you are turning your back a little bit. Not against a relationship, but maybe you're turning your back a little bit because you're considering, you seem to spend a lot of time considering the future. And the future particularly focused on living this very, very, very passionate life, okay? Because a Scorpio who does not live a passionate life is, you know, it's not, that's when Scorpio becomes its own worst enemy. Because very much your energy is about living from the soul, living from that, woo, you know, this very, very fiery center. I know you're a water sign, guys, but Scorpio and Mars have a very powerful relationship together. So why is the 3 of Wands in your relationships? Okay, 2 of Cups has appeared. So maybe you and this other person are considering the future. I'm going to carry on because I want to clarify all this stuff. So the Queen of Cups is essential issue. Some of you might be seeking some guidance for this Queen of Cups. Or maybe there's been a little bit of, not separation with the 3 of Wands, but there's been a little bit of a not connecting as well as you should be. No wonder with this 9 and 7 of Swords, by the way. And the Queen of Cups tries to make things right. She's the only queen that steps forward in this deck. So where's the Queen of Swords? Where's the Queen of Cups stepping forward to, please? Give me a minute. The Moon, okay. I'm going to clarify these first. So the Two of Wands is the outcome. Then you get the Justice card and the Ace of Swords. So there's a lot of truth, there's a lot of clarity. And the Justice card is reaping the hard work. You know, when you work all winter and the Justice card is reaping the results of what you've worked for, okay? She's got a blindfold on, and the blindfold traditionally means you reap what you sow, okay? You put in effort, you get effort back. I know life's much more complicated than that, Scorpio, but this is a result which I really like, but I understand the fear about evolving and pushing your life forward, because there's definitely fear. What if this doesn't work out for me? That's exactly what I'm picking up here. How do we resolve working with this energy, please? How do we resolve? Okay, yeah. Bursting forward. The Justice card is a very, very good omen that whatever you're working on is going to go to a very, very good outcome. There's not really a better card about having a good harvest, okay? So they're asking you to push forward regardless of your fears. Tell me more about the challenge then. Yeah, the challenge again is the moon. It's dealing with the energy of uncertainty and fear as you push forward. I think personally this is how everyone actualizes their goals. They all have to meet. It's like meeting the devil, yeah, on the road. And when you meet the devil on the road, it tells you how crap you are. It tells you how useless you are. It poisons all the messages, Scorpio, and it poisons the messages so much that we become almost paralyzed in our fear about taking action. Because that's exactly what this reading is about, and it might only be for one of you, and I think I probably know who it is. Tell me more about what's going on in relationships. Yeah, there's a little bit of the door's not shut, but a little bit of stepping back from each other. I haven't got any worries about this. I think all your energy is going here. And it's like, well, I've only got so much energy, and your energy is going into trying to harvest, to have this beautiful sort of outcome, a harvest which will get you through the winter, because that's how the tarot are. The tarot follow natural order. And I do understand sometimes that, you know, locusts can come that destroy your harvest. Your harvest is not going to be destroyed, Scorpio, I promise you. It didn't come up in reverse for the Three of Swords, or even if it came up with the Three of Swords, I'd be like, okay, it's not, which means there's clarity been given. What's the Queen of Cups about, please? Where's the Queen of Cups going? She's going towards the wheel. I think this is you. I think this is you breaking through the energy of fear. You know what? This universe is almost an acoustic universe. We all work with the energy of fear. It's hardwired into our system. We cannot not, okay? So we can't reduce it. Like, we have to accept our humanness, by the way. But the Queen is walking towards the wheel, and the harvest time is with the Ace, which would seem to me you're going to some pretty good times, okay? A lot of your energy, it's not that you're turning your back on relationships, there's a little bit of a standoff, okay? But I've absolutely nothing to worry about here. It's literally as you break, because you're breaking through, and as you're breaking through, you're dealing with these stories in your mind, okay? The stories in our mind are conditioned by our family, our culture, and it's all based on fight or flight here. What if it all goes wrong? What if? That's exactly what's going on. And I don't like the fact that you're... The only good with the Nine of Swords is you try and take preventative measures, okay? So, you know, that's the good side of the Nine of Swords. The other good side of the Nine of Swords is this reading, that we're bringing clarity to this state of mind, because you need to bring the light to this mindset. And imagine yourself as a musical instrument or whatever works for you, and say to yourself, is this what I want to actually happen in my future? And if it isn't, you're going to have to try and take it back. And you're going to have to push forward and act despite your fears. And I wish I knew a little trick or a technique to teach you about how to manage this anxiety. But the fact it's the gift probably means you're about to get a handle on it, and your fears are about to be made. You know, when you look at something and you realise, oh, that actually wasn't that real, it's just fear. Something's about to break through, and you'll realise, actually, there's not as much to fear as I thought there was. Okay? What a reading. I'm sorry. I'm just like, oh my gosh, that was quite a powerful reading, guys. Okay? Loads of love. Speak to you next week. Bye.